All right, so today I have with me Jonathan Greene from Mad Science, which is pretty much the coolest name I've ever heard for a business. Uh, and we actually worked together when he was previously working at a company that I was hired for. And now you're off doing your own thing, which is super awesome. So tell us what you do and what your business is about.
Yeah, so Mad Science is a digital advertising agency. We focus on paid traffic. And I think what's unique about our business and the reason I call it Mad Science is because we take a completely empirical scientific approach to improving people's ad performance. We use a split testing methodology that's proprietary that we've developed. And we've been able to get fantastic results for people. So it's growing very quickly. And I'm very pleased with it. So thanks for asking. That's a great first question.
That is really cool. I know how good you are with advertising and marketing. You've blown my mind plenty of times. So I'm really excited that that Mad Science is a thing and that you're growing it. So previously you were working at a company and, I was brought on and I was told, okay, help the CMO systemize his workflow. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And so when you heard that I was hired and that we were going to work together, were you excited? Were you like?
I don't know. I think probably I had a little trepidation about the whole thing because, I was the CMO, which if you don't know is the chief marketing officer, is the highest marketer in any given company. And that comes with a lot of really interesting constructs in terms of people, personalities, egos, job assignments. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to do. And so I think initially probably I was concerned that here's one more thing that I'm going to have to do. You know what I mean? When I'm already working 70 hours a week and now I'm going to have to deal with this girl and, and it's just going to be kind of a pain in my neck. And for better or for worse, I try to be devoid of ego, but I think in this case, I probably had a little undeserved ego relating to how effective I already was. I thought, one does not simply become CMO of a company. I must be pretty dang effective at what I do, or why would I be here? So that's probably what my initial thoughts were, if I'm being honest. So
It's actually funny hearing this now because I totally had no idea.
Well, I'm pretty good at playing politics and concealing my emotions for the most part.
Cool. So was there something that you specifically did see that you wanted to change in your business or your life before we started working together, or maybe like at the beginning stages of when we were talking and discovering what the process would look like?
Yeah, I think that I felt like I was running. I felt like I was on a treadmill that never stopped. There was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. Never enough hours in the day, no matter what I did, no matter how effective I thought I was being with my time. There was just no end to it in sight. So I wanted to get a handle on, my workload, what's appropriate for me to be doing and what's not, what's the best way to structure my time, what's the best way to approach, project management and, some of the higher level construals that corporate leaders deal with. So that's what I guess if I wanted anything out of it, that I wanted.
Yeah. So what specific progress did you make towards that change?
Oh, I mean, we made a ton of progress. Like, honestly, I thought I was effective beforehand, and it turns out I wasn't. I was, just a complete turd when it comes to time management. And listen, here's the thing. Not everybody is a process person. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a strategist. I'm a brilliant strategist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm good at what I do. But there comes a certain point in time in life where you take on a job that's such a big bite of the sandwich that you just sort of all of a sudden realize I'm not going to be able to chew and swallow this thing. Like, being a good strategist is not going to be enough here. I'm going to have to get some help to figure out how to prioritize and keep track of and move forward all these competing priorities. So I think the specific improvement that we made is you were able to sort of give me some tools to do that. And I was extremely grateful. I still use them in my business.
Really? That's awesome. I love hearing that. Because especially I want the tools to not just be for like one specific situation, but for like life, for business, for like your entire way of being. So, because you came here in person, we worked online for a couple of months, but we also came here in person. We really got down into like time management and project management and what you were working on and systems and processes, and you were like totally a trooper. I say anybody that sits down with me for a couple of days is a trooper, because I can keep going and going and going with systems.
Yeah, she's a machine.
And I really love hearing that you still implement it today. So have you seen
Well, a
that
lot of
flow
it's just
over?
common sense stuff, like just stuff I never would have thought of. So it's practical and it's applicable, and I can continue to use it. So yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Cool, cool, cool. What did you most enjoy about working with me?
I think, something that was pleasantly surprising to me and perhaps unexpected was the way that you sort of inserted yourself in between me and some of my detractors, some people who would perhaps have some things to say about my time management and organization skills. And I really didn't expect that. Here's this and I don't mean to be hypocritical or stereotypical or whatever, but here's this small, sort of dainty female who's young and has purple hair, and you're like, okay, all of the judgments that come along with that, right?
Yeah.
And here I am, very much embattled in an organization full of very strong personalities who all have an opinion about what I'm doing at all times of the day. And I was thinking to myself, this is going to get ugly. She's going to get steamrolled. And I was really pleasantly surprised that you were able to get in there and mix it up with these people and say, no, you're being a douche, and here's what needs to happen. And but also the reverse of that is true. If I'm being a douche, you're going to tell me that. If they're being a douche, you're going to tell them that. I hope I can use the word douche. But I thought that actually, beyond process improvement and time management methodologies, that your ability to mediate highly emotional situations was pretty good. I thought that was an added bonus that I didn't really expect. So
That's good to know. That's a completely different perspective that I hadn't heard before. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think the way that I see it is like systems work if the people work. So if the people aren't working, there's something that needs to be fixed there. So
right.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. And what would you say to others thinking about working with me?
I highly endorse you as a practitioner of process management. I think you're among the best that I've ever seen at it, and I've seen a few. I've seen the old, Six Sigma black belts and all these people running around purporting to be experts. And probably one of the reasons why I had such a negative perspective on it in the beginning is because I've spent a lot of time with these people, and the majority of them are clowns, just clowns. Just do nothing but suck up my time and provide no return. And I didn't find that to be the case at all. I found everything that we did to be valuable. I thought the return on time invested was extremely high. I think that probably you might be more responsible than anyone else in my life for having turned me from an expert practitioner into an expert executive. Mm-hmm. And that's an important distinction, because being a practitioner is not enough at the executive level. You need to be able to do many more things. You need to be able to bring people along. You need to be able to develop people. You need to be able to, you still need to be an expert practitioner, but the integration of all these other things, the management of profit and loss, the management of people, the management of, emotions and egos and projects, and all those things occur more frequently and are weighted more heavily at the executive level. So probably any success that I have as an executive going forward, you own at least a piece of that for having helped me really shift my paradigm into executive management mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love hearing that. And especially because I feel like, especially with the skill that you have, it's like, okay, you can already do that. You just needed the foundation of systems to hold you.
So. Yeah, totally. And I undervalued systems, frankly.
A lot of people do, so that's okay.
Yeah, listen, your BS systems are probably great at your current level of employment. I think that people rise to whatever level of necessity they have in terms of process refinement and thinking. But then when you get thrust into a new environment and it's sink or swim, you're going to find out pretty quickly that your systems are garbage, and you have an opportunity. And that's how I look at it now, I think, is you have an opportunity. Do you want to get better? Do you want to improve in a way that will be a lasting impact? Or do you want to sort of rest on your laurels and say, well, the problem isn't with me, it's with everybody else or whatever. Always an opportunity to sort of take the high road and improve your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a really good point. And that leads me to my next question of like, what qualities do you think people should have to be a good fit to work with me?
I mean, if you're exasperated, if you're overwhelmed, if you feel like there's more on your plate than you can handle, it probably will be a fit. I mean, Kat is just going to go in and she's going to bring a scalpel, and sort of cut out a lot of garbage that you're doing and a lot of wasted effort, and reorganize things. And she's going to use, tried and true ironclad methodologies to make your life better. That's what I would say. I don't think you did anything fancy. I don't think you needed to. I think,
no.
I think probably most of my problems were me. And just like everybody else, most of everybody else's problem is them. And I think that, you just have a gift for being able to sniff that out and communicate it in an effective way. So I don't even remember what the question was now, but
that's okay. I think actually for you, it's like we needed to go from overcomplicated to more simple.
Yeah,
that was the goal.
Common executive level mistake, trying to be all things to all people and keep all these balls in the air at the same time.
Yeah.
When in reality, probably what we need to do is find the one or two most important things, delegate the rest, and block out our time and just be a maniac about, creating space for us to do our brilliant thing, whatever your brilliant thing is.
Yep.
That's what I got out of it more than anything, I think.
Yeah, that was my goal the whole time, was definitely after I got to know you and got to know what was going on, simplicity and letting you shine in your area was important. So Is there anything else you'd like to share?
So people are gonna underestimate you because of who you are and how you look. And I'm going to strongly caution them not to. This is a highly effective human being. Seriously. And there are not a lot of them. And when we find them, we need to do whatever we can to pull them into our circle and leverage their abilities. And I am just personally very grateful for the impact that you've been able to have on my leadership ability. And I thought I was a good leader before, and I probably was good to a certain level. My ability to have impact on the bottom line and on people and on organizations has exponentially increased because of what you helped me do. So that would be my admonition to people, would be, don't take this person lightly. She's better than you at this. You should let her help you. So.
Yes, and I will let you help me with advertising because you're extremely good at that. I will never touch the Power Editor and assume that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a skill set. We all have our special talent, and yours is helping people like me pull their head out of their fourth point of contact. And that's an airborne term for
yeah, I know.
If you ever jump out of airplanes, that's what that means. But anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I just think that the engagement was brilliant. I think it was worth what we paid for it. I personally am still deriving benefit from it now. So, in just a linear investment, it has a multiplicative effect on my ability to be effective. So, I'm in your debt, and that's why I'm here. I probably owe you several favors than this. But.
Thank you so much for sharing, and I really appreciate you opening up about your experience. A lot of this I hadn't even known, so I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to meet you and get to impact the work that you were doing, and even now to this day that it's impacting you. That's just so amazing to hear. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a pleasure to work with you, and I can't. Hopefully, we'll get to do it again.
Yes, I am so down for that. So thank you. And then if you're watching this, thank you for watching till the end, and we'll talk to you soon.